My name is Fyfe. I go by my middle name. My full name is Andrew Fyfe Hall IV. So as you can probably guess, my dad, he went by Andrew Fyfe Hall III. Do the math. My grandfather was Andrew Fyfe Hall II. And if you go a little farther back, I think you'll find Andrew Fyfe Hall, the slave owner. Really far back. Not our family pride, but that's all right. So I'm celebrating 2 years of being married. A couple weeks ago. Thank you very much. You guys, well, how many years were you married?
2.
2.
Oh.
2. That's good. Well, how have you made it through the 2? No, you said 7 or 18. How have you made it through the 18? No, I mean like, why have you made it through the 18? That's more like
smoke and mirrors. Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors. Well, actually, yeah, I'm celebrating 2 years of being married, and it's great. I'm actually celebrating having 2 things I never thought I would have simultaneously growing up, and that's a beautiful wife and a pretty nice set of man boobs. Yeah. But when you have something that you're self-conscious about, you'll make up excuses not to have to show them, to hide them. So when I was a kid, I would make up excuses so I didn't have to take off my shirt. I'd be like, "Hey, coach, you mind if I play in the shirts team? I'm got a bad sunburn, don't want to aggravate it." Sure. Or I'll be like, "Hey, you know, Caleb, I can't come to your pool party. I've got poison ivy. I don't want to spread it in the jacuzzi." But nowadays, I'm much more confident. I just tell people the truth. I have a racist back tattoo, and I can't take off my shirt. My great-grandfather made me get it. So I'm unemployed at the moment. Any other unemployed people here?
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Woo!
Of course he is, sitting by himself at the comedy club. I'm sorry. He's also only one clapping for me, so thanks. We work together. But it's hard when you're unemployed because you're trying to sell yourself.
You got it.
I'll do this shift.
Okay.
But it's hard. What's that?
That's why I don't have a job.
Yeah, me too. This is my job. Trying on Tuesday night. But thanks again for coming out. But when you are unemployed, it's hard because you're trying to sell yourself when you feel the lowest. So you really have to be creative on your resumes. Like last job interview I was in, the guy said, "Fyfe, I see here you left your last company because it went through some type of integration. Can you explain that?" I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah. That was a disintegration of my desk. I set fire to it accidentally." That's only good for like being a fireman. Are any of you guys firemen or cops? Because you're scaring me. No? You guys are like a Caucasian Guess Who game. Like, does he have white hair and glasses? Does he have a mustache? Is he racist? I'm not in the game. But let's see, when I'm not looking for jobs, I'm usually smoking marijuana. I'm sure there's some drug users here, except for the cop row. Green mile. White mile. But yeah, when I'm smoking marijuana, I'm old-fashioned. I have a drug dealer. You know, most people these days, they have the dispensary card, the medicinal marijuana card. But I just like danger, you know? I also like hanging out with my drug dealer's kids. It's just great. I mean, I feel like I'm not making a bad impression on them. They're learning the metric system as they weigh up my 3.5 grams. But it's weird because medicinal marijuana, it's one of the only medicines that we prescribe, but we don't give a dosage with it. We don't do this with other medicines. It's not like, "All right, Mrs. Johnson, I'm looking at your x-ray here, and I'm going to prescribe you some painkillers for your back. Now, if you want to make your way over to the Vicodin trough, just take what you think you need. Fill your pockets. Everyone does. You got to come up with a system for that. But the medicinal marijuana, when you get it, I have had some, and they have warning labels on it, but they're terrible warnings. The first one is warning, this drug may intensify the effects of alcohol. That is not a warning, that's like a helpful tip. That's how I got on stage tonight. The next one is warning, this drug should not be taken, you should not operate heavy machinery until you are familiar with the effects of this drug. Until you're familiar? So down at our construction sites, it's like, crane number 1, are you almost ready? Yeah, that's it. All right. Now, where do you want these unicorns? Put these down anyway. If they really wanted to give helpful warning labels, they would have stuff like, warning, do not take this drug unless you are near a Taco Bell. Or warning, this drug does not make you good at the acoustic guitar. Or warning, excessive use may lead to man boobs. Personal experience on that one. But there is one drug that I'm a little afraid to do. I'm in my 30s, and it's mushrooms. Those things, you cannot take them spontaneously. Someone doesn't walk up to you in the club and be like, hey man, you want to do some mushrooms? And you're like, you know what? We just met, and I'm not doing anything for the next 22 hours. Let's do some shrooms. I also it doesn't matter where my shoes end up. So let's do this. But in order to have a good time on mushrooms, I tried to come up with something I call the 7 habits of highly effective tripping. Okay? And the first one is location, location, location. You are about to do a psychedelic drug that's going to make beautiful, vivid colors. Like the last thing you want to hear as you drop the shrooms is like, oh guys, I just remembered this is the same abandoned church my brother died in. That's going to be a bad time. Okay? Number 2 is that you want to make sure that all of... What problem here with the cops? One of the cops is being killed. You can have him killed. You must be the captain, right? But you said he was your boss. Who's the boss? Not Tony Danza. Don't say that. That won't be fun.
Who's the boss?
By the way, you have crushed more Coronas than I have seen anyone go through. You must be seeing the beach back here. Is the water like coming to your toes? Am I just like... I have the boobs. Don't get fooled, my friend. I am not a sexy chick. But mushrooms, they intensify your insecurities, okay? So they magnify all the problems that you have. So, for instance, if you are afraid that you've got a bad haircut, make sure to bring a hat. That's an easy one. Or if you're worried that your wife or your girlfriend's going to call, turn the cell phone off. But if you think that people's eyes are cameras that take a snapshot of your soul, you are already on drugs. You do not need this list. Number 3 is, before you do drugs, make sure you have contacted a shroom Sherpa. Okay? A shroom Sherpa is someone who is familiar with the effect of a hallucinogen. You can contact them in an emergency. You need to have this. Because it'll be like, it's easy to identify, by the way. They have a lot of hemp clothing. Open-toed shoes are a dead giveaway. This young lady with the dreadlocks, she's a shroom Sherpa. She doesn't know it, but she is. She can help, right? She knows what hemp smells like. But you want to have these people because in case things go bad, you got to be able to call them. You'll be like, hey, Chance, things have gone bad, man. The shrooms have taken bad effect. You gotta help us out. And he'll be like, don't worry, I have Brian's shoes. I'm putting more hemp on them. And you're in my backyard, don't worry. Rule number 4 is a warning, okay? Relax. The dudes in the front row are not cops. I've established that. What does that say? Logan might be a cop.
No.
Okay? He coughed. That's rule number 5. Rule number 6 is warning. It's a warning. Friendships on shrooms are much closer than they are in real life. Okay? Before you and Miguel get an apartment together, maybe do a background check on him. Check him out. Okay? You don't want a single white male on your hands. The last one is you can never bring too much stuff when you're tripping. Okay? You might think the bongos and the Carly Rae Jepsen CD are a bad idea. But trust me, 20 minutes later you're going to be like, Miguel, let's get a fucking apartment together, man. Guys, my name's Fyfe. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.